Yeah, I appreciate all your guidance and support during these 6 weeks. It's been very helpful. And I gotta say, like, out of all the things I tried, because I've done a lot, and I know you guys know this, like I've done like some minor dietary changes, but I also done like ozone. I've done like all the supplements where actually I feel like some supplements triggered my IBS because, you know,
Hmm.
I had like a stack of supplements a day. Like I tried all that and most of that stuff except a herbal program didn't work. So I'm just happy that in like 6 weeks it kind of shows like this is working and that I am improving because before I actually felt kind of hopeless, trying so many things, spending tens of thousands of dollars on functional doctors where it went nowhere. So this is great, and I really appreciate all the help. Improvements include dry eyes, not as dry as before. I would say brain fog definitely improved. That was really nice. The other thing is, as a whole, the neuropathy improved. And by that, I mean like more sensation, less weakness, less of the less of the spasticity where like the muscles are, clenched all the time. So that was improved for sure. I wouldn't say it's completely gone, but definitely improved, I would say. The
Hmm.
other thing that did help or improve was just more. I used to have this feeling of like breathlessness and like muscle tightness, or just actually, I don't even know if it's muscle tightness, but kind of like this heavy sensation on my chest. So that those episodes improved. When I first started this program, I basically went into the ER, and during that time, I was like, something's going on with my blood because I would feel dizzy and I would always feel like the pulse pounding through my head. But overall, that eventually got better. So I think it's more rare for me to experience an episode like that where I can feel like a pounding pulse and feel like dizzy, like my blood flow is obstructed in some way. So that's gotten better. Achiness overall, I think, did improve. The TMJ head neck tightness, that I would say did mildly improve because when I first started this program, I was off that recent episode and really like the TMJ was very super tight during that time. And it wasn't just around my jaws, but also like the back of my neck. And it was almost like hard to think because of the tightness or that pressure I was feeling. Um, that again, I think it improved during the program. Fatigue definitely got better for sure because before I used to have to like take an afternoon nap to feel better, and nowadays I don't need that. So fatigue is better. I try to get blood work on the lipid panel, but they refuse to do it. So
Uh,
unfortunately, I couldn't get it covered by insurance. But as you saw, I said lab results over, right? Like the GFR was improved. I've never had a terrible GFR, by the way, because I know some people with autoimmune diseases have like a very low filtration rate,
mhm.
but it did improve because before like the highest my GFR got was like 83 or like in the 90s. But when I started this program, actually, when I went to the ER, it was like 73. But as you saw in the results I sent over, it went up to like 113. So there's definitely improvement there. Trying to think of any other symptoms because there's quite a bit, but the eye stuff is still kind of strange, honestly. Like I don't know what's going on, and
Hmm.
I'm not about to rush into a CT scan with a lot of contrast because that's a lot of radiation and contrast. But I've gone to the ophthalmologist in the last month, and they said everything's fine. So TBD on that. But the dry eyes, as I mentioned, did improve. So that when dealing with the eyes, there's something better. Sleep improved as well, just more of a restful sleep versus before. I felt like my sleep was very much not restful. I would wake up multiple times, didn't sleep well.
That's great. So there's improvements in different areas, which is
Mhm.
great, especially since you don't really have a diagnosis, so it's hard to know what's causing the symptoms.
Mhm.
But definitely, we do expect your cholesterol to be normal, even if your doctor, your insurance might not cover it, but they
Yeah.
usually cover it at least once a year. So you can
Mhm.
always retest your cholesterol a year later, and it should be in a normal range.
Yep.
So it's not necessary to test it now because we do see it going down pretty
Yep.
rapidly or normalizing it in our program,
Yep.
which is great. So far, I'm happy about your progress.
Very controversial subject, and I even looked up the treatment that you sent over, that you found out that she did about the whole hydrogen peroxide thing or whatever it may be. And then, as always with Lyme information, there's some people that advocate for it, and there's other doctors who say like that could potentially kill you. So I think nutrition is probably the safest bet. And I
Yes.
I have had, a positive trend in my symptoms. So I think it's just more or less keep doing what I've been doing.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I agree. So that's why I'm happy by your progress so far, and you can keep us posted whenever you redo your blood work. You can send us an email, and as always, if you need anything, we'll be there for you. And but I'm happy we helped you. And anything else you want to talk about, or?
No, all good. Yeah, I appreciate all your guidance and support during these 6 weeks. It's been very helpful. And I gotta say, like, out of all the things I tried, because I've done a lot, and I know you guys know this, like I've done like some minor dietary changes, but I also done like ozone. I've done like all the supplements where actually I feel like some supplements triggered my IBS because,
Mhm.
I had like a stack of supplements a day. Like I tried all of that, and most of that stuff except a herbal program didn't work. So I'm just happy that in like 6 weeks it kind of shows like this is working and that I am improving, because before I actually felt kind of hopeless, trying so many things, spending tens of thousands of dollars on functional doctors where it went nowhere. So this is great, and I really appreciate all the help.
Yeah, you're welcome. I'm glad you tried, because a lot of people, they try one thing and then they stop after one try.
Yeah,
So that's why people who don't give up, they essentially eventually find what helps them. And so stay in touch with us. I'd love to hear from you. Jeremy, it was so great working with you. And then we'll be in touch by email, okay?
sounds good. Thank you so much. Talk
You're
soon.
welcome.